Got a brand new game for you to play each week. Redmen Picks is completely free to enter, and you could win either £1,000 or a share of £1,000. To win, all you have to do is answer a few questions on the upcoming Liverpool game, and whoever gets the most right will win a share of the prize pot or the full prize itself. That's it. It is that easy. You've got to be over 18. Terms and conditions apply, and you've got to gamble responsibly. Hello everybody, welcome to the Redmen TV. It is team news, and as already you will have seen, we've got a brand new game for everybody to play. It's called Redmen Picks. Yes, and you can win £1,000 or a share of a £1,000 prize pot. So all you've got to do is go to redmenpicks.com. You can click the link in the description for this one as well, and we'll probably post that into the comments very, very shortly. Won't we, Ben? Yes, we will, Chris. Excellent. No, it's redmenpicks.com. If you want to go over there right now, you can do that, and you can play along. There's about 10 to 14 questions, something like that, and you get points for each one that you get right. It's that simple. It's completely free to enter. You got to be 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply, and please play responsibly, of course. Liverpool's team news is out though, so I'm going to go straight over to Mr. Ross Chanley. Ross, what's going on?
There's a lot going on, Chris. There's a hell of a lot going on. Today's team, Adrian in goal. Big question marks whether Alisson will play. Of course, the sad news of passing of his father. He didn't travel with the squad, so Adrian starts in goal, which I'm sure will be a subject much talked about today. Robertson left back. Kabak I put in at left-sided centre-half because just before we went live, Chris told me that's where he played last time, and I trust Chris, so he's going to go there. Nat Phillips is back in. Trent at right back. Midfield three, probably of kind of what's left. I'll come on to the subs in a second, but Gini Wijnaldum, Curtis Jones, Thiago, and the front three of Mane, Firmino and Salah. Now, more conversations to be had. I think there was quite a talk of whether Jota would play this game or whether he would start. Naby Keita, who's been back in training for a few weeks as well, and obviously not ready or match fit to start just yet, but the bench looks a little bit better at first. Divock Origi, Chamberlain's in there, Keita's back in, Shaqiri, James Milner, who only trained a few days last week as well, he's in there. Reece Williams, Nico Williams and Reece Williams. And then two goalkeepers who we hadn't heard of, so we obviously don't have pictures for them. Liam John Hughes, number 98, a goalkeeper, and Jakub Ozinski, we're going to go with. Squad number 75, goalkeeper. Both those goalkeepers played in the under-23s yesterday, under-18s yesterday. So it's a bit of a goalkeeper's day out. In terms of how we line up and formation-wise, what we can do, not a lot because we don't have a lot of options. I think the midfield is the only interesting one for me, Chris, which we'll have a talk about before the game starts. Whether we're playing Sheffield United, obviously a low block side, whether they've got to do what Brighton have done, what Burnley have done, what Everton did, what most teams do against us and kind of sit back. Whereas a bit more licence for these two to kind of get forward and break those teams down. Been very good, particularly Curtis Jones. I think when he's played, we've dropped off a bit when he's come off. Which is nice to have some options on the bench, isn't it, Chris?
It is, absolutely, mate. Obviously, I think we all know why Alisson's missing in this one, and we all wish him the absolute best. Obviously not able to go for it today with the sad passing of his father, unfortunately. So yeah, Adrian comes in. We've obviously got Liam John Hughes and Jakub Ornicki. I'm going to go with. I'm going to roll that one off the tongue like that, okay. Ross. I don't know if that's right or not, but I feel like with my father's Polish heritage, it's as good a guess as any. I'll have butchered that. My dad will be going absolutely crazy anyway. The back four is the back four, though, I suppose, isn't it? And, you know, no Davies on the bench again says... Yeah, it says a lot, doesn't it? Whether it's an injury or he's just not quite up to speed yet. But I think, you know, we saw Kabak when Henderson went off in the last game move over to left-sided centre-half. Phillips moved into that right-sided centre-half. So we expect them to line up like that. And then, as you mentioned there, the midfield and the forwards is kind of what's left. Yeah,
on the Davies stuff, I'm guessing he's injured rather than anything else because, you know, if you're that desperate for players, you've got two goalkeepers who, you know, we hadn't heard of before today, who played yesterday. You know, if you're desperate for numbers or desperate for, you know, bodies, you'd at least take Davies if he wasn't injured, wouldn't you? Because you're thinking, particularly with our centre-back record, you know, it's only a matter of time for one of the Phillips or Kabak goes down, isn't it?
That's it, mate. I think, you know, it is a concern, isn't it, obviously, and it's been a going concern for quite some time now, Liverpool and the squad and what players are available and stuff. But we've got to remember that this is Sheffield United and they are where they are for a reason. You know, whatever bad form we've been in so far over 2021 and the end of 2020, you know, we're miles better than Sheffield United, and we need to remember that, I think, as a fan base, as well as, you know, this team, all right, they're in poor form and stuff like that, but Sheffield United are just poor.
Yeah.
It's not poor form, they're just poor. at the moment, aren't they?
Well, to be fair to them, they've had a lot of injuries as well, which is why they're bottom of the table. Obviously, doesn't get spoken about as much as us. What I find it's dead funny. SofaScore have got them lined up as a 3-5-2, and I don't know whether you've seen the latest advert for a chocolate bar with Jurgen's in it.
Snickers one.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just beating around the bush in that one, and they're lined up as 3-5-2. But on that bit, it goes 3-5-2. Sheffield United is what it is.
Nobody plays 3-5-2 anymore, though.
Sheffield United do, mate. It might have been 5-3-2, who knows? Brewster doesn't start, which is obviously the talking point, but, playing 3-5-2 allows them basically to play a 5-3-2 as well, doesn't it? Those fullbacks can drop back in when they need to, get some protection into the defence, and then, going forward, obviously they can commit some bodies as well. But this is the trouble that Liverpool have had.
Yeah.
I mentioned Brighton and Burnley because I can just, that game we've watched for 4 fucking months. And I don't mean to be a bit of a doommonger, but it's got to be that again, isn't it?
No, it is, mate. And listen, I mean, let's be honest. We're just watching the end of the Chelsea-Manchester United game. Phil Jagielka starts. Like, how old's that lad now? By the way,
you're doing all right. You're doing all right with your guesses today.
I am actually. I've got. I'm 2 for 2. So we guessed how old Kante was, and I guessed 29, and then we guessed what squad number, believe this or not, Liam John Hughes was, and I guessed 98. Out of any number between 1 and 100, I guessed it right. 36. Fuck off.
No, it's 38.
Okay. Nearly 3 for 3. You have me then. You bugger.
But in that, in a 38-year-old, I know he's good, and obviously his positional awareness means that you can make up for some sort of lack of pace. But if you're Liverpool and Liverpool's front three, that's a target that those front three should be beaten.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially if he's going to be the centre of the 3 centre halves as well. You fancy yourself against that, don't you? And you should fancy yourself against Phil Jagielka anyway.
Yeah.
Never mind playing in a poor Sheffield United side. Let's concentrate on Liverpool then. I mean, there was a lot of talk going into this game about Bobby Firmino. Would he start this one, Ross? He gets the nod again. I don't think there's anyone that's surprised that he gets the nod, but he's got to step up.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's starting because there's no one else for a start.
We could have dropped Shaqiri into a 10, played that diamond, gone with Mane and Salah.
Yeah, it's a hard balance where you're playing Firmino into form, which is what you're saying. And, for the build-up for this show, Sheffield United, the bottom of the league, they're terrible. If you can't do it against Sheffield United, then, serious questions need to be asked. I've just seen Jota's ill after all that, so, that would have been...
Because why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, that's your leeway, and Shaqiri is that as well, but also, we mentioned the issues of Liverpool's injuries and stuff. The other issue Liverpool got is the people on the bench are not pushing. If Chamberlain, Shaqiri were pushing enough, you'd have licence to drop those front three, wouldn't you? Or Bobby, maybe give him a wake-up call. We haven't been good enough for the past couple of weeks, Bobby. And I love him to bits. I'm going to start Shaqiri. Is that the wake-up call that you need? Or is it that balance of, well, no, you're playing Sheffield United?
Are we just trying to get to a point where Jota comes in? Is that what you're thinking, Klopp's thinking? Yeah, because we're not changing the formation then when Jota comes back.
Yeah. If Jota wasn't ill, I still don't think he would have started this game because he's been out for so long. Same with the Navigator. But again, before the teams came out, we went, well, at least the bench look a bit better. Then you're not saying to Bobby, you've got to go 90 minutes. And what's your other option? Divock Origi. Well, biggest legend he is that the person you want to bring on during a game? It's the same for the whole of the front three. You want to build their confidence. We've got some tough games coming up in Chelsea and Leipzig in the next week or so. They need to do something, don't they?
Absolutely. Daniel Lambert asking in the comments, who's the captain? The captain for today's game for Liverpool is Gini Wijnaldum.
Not a lot of people like that.
Yeah, but Klopp always does it by the most experienced, doesn't he? I'd have been quite happy giving Trent a little run out again at captain. He's done it once now, hasn't he? And I understand it. And I think why people don't like it is the fact that Gini's likely to be leaving us.
Yeah.
At the end of the season. But Klopp doesn't really put too much into him. And regardless, he's one of the leadership group. With Henderson, with Milner, with Virgil van Dijk. Gini Wijnaldum's the 4th member of that leadership group. And that's voted for by the players, I believe, anyway, isn't it? So
yeah, and what would that done to his confidence and his
and he's not definitely going.
No, but also if he is going in a couple of months, you went, you're more or less saying we don't need you anymore. If you do that to him, then his attitude going to shift because he's been professional. Do you know what I mean? And availability is a huge key in this. Do you want to ruin that? What if you're only fit midfielders? Do you want to upset him when he's got a couple of months left to go? Like you said, it's voted for by the players. But it just shouldn't just be the person with the armband. Again, we mentioned this in the build-up. There's several other players in there that need to step up in performances, or that dictatorship that a James Milner or Jordan Henderson brings, that being that vocal voice. Whether it might be 4 or 5 of them in there, but someone needs to be that voice on the pitch.
Well, let's talk about the defence then, Ross. I mean, obviously we know it's Phillips and Kabak. I don't think anybody that I've spoken to is particularly bothered about Phillips playing because he's been putting in good performances for us, hasn't he?
Yeah. It's not a concern because I think it'd be fine for this game. I think we spoke about the physicality of Sheffield United. It's ideal for Phillips. He hasn't put a foot wrong. It's another centre-back partnership. Is it 18 or 19 that we're on now?
Yeah, something
fuck,
like
I
that,
can't get
yeah.
one fucking partner. Never mind, 18. But again, against Chelsea and Leipzig, do you want that centre-back partnership? Does that work? You know, but on the flip side, Fabinho's not there, so you can't have him. Davies isn't there, so you can't chuck him in. So we're just in a position where, you know, maybe that is the way forward. Maybe Liverpool needs to do something different tactically to protect those lads at the back. But, you know, you think Sheffield United might be that game. We said low block before, commit some bodies forward. We did it in a few games. I think Newcastle United, the one was a game I was disappointed in, but having runners from deep, Adrian Van Alden or maybe Curtis Jones have committed an extra body towards the attack, which I know is a massive gamble to leave them guys exposed. But again, they need to step up as a partnership.
Yeah, you know what, for me, right, and I know everyone, I know loves Curtis Jones and stuff like that, and rightfully so. This feels like this spell of games before we start getting players back into the midfield, if we can, Fabinho and the like. Feels like it's so important for Curtis Jones because he's just got an opportunity here, hasn't he, where he could stake his claim properly for to be a first teamer when everybody's fit, if he performs between now and the end of the season. And I know, Naby's on the bench there, which is great, brilliant, because we've massively missed Naby Keita certainly this season, even if it's just a few games here and there to spell some of the other lads. But I want to see Curtis Jones in that attacking final third. I want to see him taking shots on. I want to see him playing little through balls in, because he's been a little bit, for me, a little bit too industrious at times. Like, I do feel like he's being sort of groomed for that Gini Wijnaldum role long term, but I want to see him off the leash a little bit.
But is that a consequence of the knock-on effect of the defence?
Maybe.
So he has to keep an eye on what's going on. Robertson and Trent can't get forward as much. So does that mean his Curtis Jones's role or his mentality shifted, thinking, well, I can go forward?
Listen,
but is it his fault if he goes too far
no,
forward?
it's not, but we're not winning games, Ross, so they need to stop thinking about fucking what's over the shoulders and start thinking about what's in front of them and how they're going to stick the ball in the back of the fucking net. Yeah. That's what they need to think about now.
And he's actually one of those people as well, in terms of retaining possession as well. His decision making for me is what sticks out for him. Like, a little drop of the shoulder, but he won't make that pass if he does, to rush it. So we'll keep hold of it, wait for space, and then kind of pass it on. But sometimes I think that's what people are getting at when we're saying we're too slow in the build-up. But it's that what you're talking about there. It's just being a bit more, penetrate the defence a bit faster to get that ball forward. And I think he can do that, but it's a question of confidence or not. But he's performed well, and there's always notably been a drop off when he's gone off.
Yeah, no, there has been, hasn't there? And listen, we're going to get into some of the comments now. Echam Ul Hassan, one of our YouTube members, he's in green, he's got a little yellow badge, thank you so much, Echam. He's saying, what's wrong with Kelleher? He picked up an injury, hadn't he? And then he made it onto the bench for the Leipzig game, and then he was missing in the last game from the bench, but we don't really know. We've not really been told too much.
No.
He was ill. I think he was ill at one point as well.
Did he not have a fight in the changes?
Probably, yeah. I think they were all at it, Ross.
No, but a couple of weeks before, someone said, did he not clatter heads with Alisson and train? People were kicking off about that. So yeah, wow, mate, I just don't want to fuck Kirby off, to be honest.
Yeah, that seems to be the problem.
I mean, it's one of the many conspiracy theories of what's going on there, but yeah. No one knows.
Chris Snell's asking, where's Paul? Is he okay? Migraines. He's gone down with migraines. Not only are the injuries affecting the Liverpool players, but it's now started to affect the Redmen team. And Glenn Boland just says, no, Jota, what the fuck? He's sick. He's sick. Because, of course, he's back fit-ish, but now he's sick because it's 2021 and this is what happens with Liverpool Football Club. Sean Arno is saying Liam Hughes is my cousin. Is it the Liam Hughes that is on the bench for Liverpool? Or is it just another lad called Liam Hughes?
Liam John Hughes, isn't it, the goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Number?
98.
Wait.
There you go. Brensley says, what bench? Well, the bench today is Divock Origi, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, Xherdan Shaqiri, James Milner, Nico Williams, Reece Williams, Liam John Hughes, and Jakob Ornitschke, I'm going to go with.
Oh, yeah.
You can't really read them, but trust me, the real likeness for those players Ross has drawn on.
Naby Keita is an interesting one, because when we're talking about the bench and stuff and low block sides, you're saying we've missed him. He feels like he's that person that can...
He does, because he doesn't give a shit what's going on behind him.
Yeah, but that's exactly what we kind of need. Not only that, do we need it? It's the fact when you're taking Curtis Jones off, you're almost bringing on a like for like in that sense, aren't you? You're not trying to compensate or shift in formation or tactical stuff to bring on a Divock Origi at left wing or Shaqiri. We spoke about before. I think he's been all right actually when he's come on Shaqiri, to be fair to him. But in Katie, you're almost adding quality, aren't you? It's just whether he can stay fit for half an hour, maybe. Is that too much to ask for? I don't know.
Yes, that was the Super Chat sounds, and we are back with the Super Chat. Thank you so much, AD. Paul, hope your migraine goes after the win. You'll never walk alone. I will be sure to text Paul and say that AD Super Chat does £2.
Unless he's watching, then that Super Chat will just give him another migraine, won't it?
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Pablo. Hope you're feeling all right, mate. Someone's asking for Kyriakos in the comments. But that is it. That is the Team News reaction show. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we are doing a brand new game called Redmen Picks. You can go to redmenpicks.com. Put the link in the description. We'll throw a link into the comments for you as well. Get over there. You've got plenty of time. You can have your entry in right up until kickoff. And it's completely free to enter. I can't stress this enough. It really genuinely is completely free to enter. And the only time they'll ever ask you for your bank details is if you win money, and that's to put money into your account. So I think the top prize for today's game is £500, and all you got to do is answer between 10 and 14 questions. So like, will Liverpool score in the first half? You get a yes or a no. Will Liverpool score in the second half? You get a yes or a no. It's literally that simple. It's 18 plus. You've got to gamble responsibly, of course, and terms and conditions apply. Okay, so terms and conditions apply. If you want to know the terms and conditions, look at the terms and conditions. Thank you very much. But yeah, we'll play it out and give you all the information that you need right now, though. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to come back for the watch-along, which will be starting 15 minutes before kickoff, so 7 o'clock. We've got a brand new game for you to play each week. Redmen Picks is completely free to enter, and you could win either £1,000 or a share of £1,000. To win, all you have to do is answer a few questions on the upcoming Liverpool game, and whoever gets the most right will win a share of the prize pot or the full prize itself. That's it. It is that easy. You've got to be over 18. Terms and conditions apply, and you've got to gamble responsibly.